Hey everyone, it's Andrew. I'm here with Charlie, and it's that time of the month for our Super Chewer box for June 2022. What we'll do in this video is we'll unbox the June 2022 box. We'll do a quick review of the toys from last month, which were May 2022, which was the Boops and Scoops theme, which was like an ice cream theme box. You can check out my video online if you haven't seen that before. And then we'll kind of just discuss some shipping issues that I noticed with this box this month, just because it's a little bit damaged and I haven't seen that before. But we'll get started. So if you recall from my last video, there were 3 separate toys that we got for the ice cream theme box, which are here. We'll start off with this one. This was the I think it was the Bites Cream Sandwich toy. So it was this canvas design, simulating like an ice cream sandwich. It had this canvas outer layer, and then there's some sort of toy underneath it that's rubber and is supposed to squeak. Typically, Charlie absolutely loves these toys. He goes after them, and within 5-10 minutes, he'll rip off the canvas or the outer layer, and he'll get to the underlying toy underneath. For some reason, for this month, he didn't really express any interest in it. If you see, there's a little bit of damage here where he tried to bite it the first time he got it, like that first day, and he like kind of gnawed on this edge with his teeth and like caused some damage there. Otherwise, after that, he didn't express an interest. I tried to engage with him with this toy, and he just isn't interested. I suspect the reason why is because it doesn't really squeak. So if it does technically squeak, but it's very, very hard to do. You literally have to stand my whole weight on it, and that's the only way I can get it to squeak, and it's a very weak squeaker, but you can tell there's some sort of rubber underneath this, and he might be interested in a toy, but for some reason he wasn't interested with the canvas. The one difference I would say with this toy compared to the other ones that are designed like this is it is a canvas layer. It's a much thicker layer, which they've used recently on their pull toys. And that might be why, because usually they have some sort of cloth design that tears off more easily. And so I suspect this is just too thick where he just didn't engage with it and didn't express an interest. So we'll see if he uses it over time, but for now he really didn't play with it at all. And that's the first time I've experienced that with these type of like 2-layer toys for that. So that was that. The second one was, I forget the name. I think it was like Brain Freeze Pup, I think it was. And this was this rubber toy that has a squeaker in it. It essentially is like a ice cream pop that's shaped like a brain, like as if you had brain freeze, and it does squeak. He played with this like nonstop. It's held up very well. So if you look, there's some bite marks and teeth marks on the bottom where it doesn't really squeak. But he's been running around with this. It does squeak very loud. And he'll play with it all the time, but right now he won't because he's super enthusiastic, as you can tell, for the new box. So he's just sitting here politely, and he's kind of shy on TV for some reason. And then the last one, I think this was a Barkbox like ice cream scoop or something like that. When I discussed it in the video, I actually was surprised because I didn't think he would play with this, but this one he probably played with the most. Oh, good boy. I know, you're excited. But it's essentially like a swirl of ice cream. It's purely rubber. It doesn't squeak or anything like that. But he would grab this, gnaw on it, run around with it, chase after it, stuff like that. And as far as damage to it, there's some like a little bit of like tooth marks into it and stuff like that. But there's no damage. It hasn't split apart. And he's definitely gotten the most fun out of this toy out of all 3. I'd say these 2 in general he got a lot of play with, and they've held up really well. But I'm kind of disappointed about this ice cream sandwich. For some reason it just wasn't something he was enthusiastic about. So those are the 3 toys from last month. We'll get to the new box. One thing I did want to mention that I noticed with this box, we'll do a close-up, but for some reason, even though it's shipped the same way through like the US Postal Service, this box has a lot of damage on it. So like it was bent in the front here. It has crevices, like it looks like it was like pushed in. And then if you look on the side, it actually was lifted up. So I actually looked in the box a little bit to guarantee that the toys didn't fall out, and they look like they're all in there. But this is the first time I've had issues with the quality of the shipping or the box being damaged en route. It took about 2 days to ship. They gave me a notification 2 days ago via email, and then it showed up today in the mail. But this is one thing I noticed with this box, that it seems to have been damaged in shipping, which I have not experienced before, which is new. So that's one thing we'll note with the unboxing today. And then the other thing I always want to mention is that I'm an affiliate with Super Chewer. So if you're interested in signing up, I always put links in the description below that you can use to your advantage for when you sign up for a 6-month, 12-month subscription. It offers discounts on different boxes that are available at the time. Sometimes they give a free box. Sometimes they give you an extra free month or a extra free toy in the box. We signed up with the extra free toy in the box, and I think that's the best option because then you get 3 toys in every box, and it comes out to about $8 to $10 total for toy, which is much more advantageous compared to buying the box at the regular price. So that's my 2 cents for this month. What we'll do is open the box now for June 2022. I don't even know what the theme is. We'll kind of just go about it and see what's inside. Okay, so here's the box for June 2022. First off, I want to show you the shipping damage that I encountered this month. So if you can see, there was kind of like this part of the cardboard bent this way, like upwards on this aspect, and then it pushed down on this side. So it looks like something just pushed down on this and kind of squished the box. Additionally, over here, it looks like there's some sort of jelly or sticky stuff that's on the edge here, which I've never encountered before. And then the other thing I noticed is that this box is larger than our other boxes. Usually it's like about like this dimension, but as you can tell on the camera, it's a little bit bigger than the other months. You can see that the edge is lifted up here, so it's slightly damaged on this edge too, which is new, which I haven't encountered. So it's something I'll have to keep an eye out moving forwards, but hopefully everything's inside of the box. If there's something missing, then I'll have to reach out to Super Chewer, but we'll get started and open up the box. So let's see what the theme is. So it's the Jurassic theme box. So I was surprised because I thought this was actually one that you had to use as an add-on instead of like as a subscription. So I thought it was an add-on box, but I guess it's the theme for this month. So it's the Jurassic theme. I actually read Jurassic Park and Lost World on vacation about 3-4 weeks ago. I highly recommend those books if you haven't read them. They're definitely different than the movies, and the movie that recently came out actually has nothing to do with the book. So definitely check those out. They go over the first 2 movies, but that's my 2 cents on those books. But it's a Jurassic theme box, so we'll take a look and see what's inside. So we always get 3 separate toys, and then we get 2 treat bags, and then we get 2 treat sticks. We'll start with the toys. So this is going to be called the Dino Fossil Chew. It comes in this mesh bag. It's some sort of rubber toy. So it's a rubber. It says it's perfect for peanut butter, paw and draw, play footsie with this print, easy to carry, chew, or toss, and it's peanut butter scented, and it's non-allergenic. We'll take off this outer side, and I'll have to be a little bit careful because Charlie's right underneath the camera, but as you can see, it's basically a footprint from a dinosaur where it steps in. It's rubber. Has a slight seam on the edge that might break over time if you run into issues, and then it probably does squeak. Actually, it doesn't squeak. So it feels like it would squeak, but it doesn't squeak. It just squeezes, like you can squeeze it in. Charlie will probably have a lot of fun with this. He's somebody that grabs onto these toys and just loves like chewing it in his mouth. But that's the one toy, which is the Dino Fossil Chew. Okay. They say you can put some peanut butter on the edge here. I think Charlie would just lick it off rather than engage with the toy with that. So that's the one. Sorry, Charlie's hitting the camera underneath. Next, we'll take a look at this one. This is the it says Beta. That's really it. It's named Beta, so it's probably from the movie or the theme from the movie. Again, natural rubber, great for fetch, spot clean only. It's got a wacky wobbler. Doesn't say it squeaks. We'll take off the mesh outer bag for this. And so this is similar, very, very, very similar design. Essentially, it's this rubber kind of dinosaur head. Doesn't have a squeaker. Oh wait, it does have a squeaker. Sorry, Charlie's really excited. So it does have a squeaker on the bottom, and it is really loud. This is similar to, they had a frog themed toy about a couple months ago, I think for the Madagascar thing. That was very similar, where it was a frog with a squeaker underneath. Charlie will probably chew this and then break the squeaker within a day or so, but we'll keep an eye on that. It's pretty thick rubber though. I won't squeak it again just so he doesn't knock over the camera. So that's the second toy, which is the beta toy. All right, and then the last one here is the, let's see what this is. It's in my DNA toy. Oh, Charlie, get down. Hey, get down. Good boy. Sit. Sorry, he's super excited about this. So this is, it's in my DNA toy. So it's like the amber theme from like the original Jurassic Park. It's rubber. They say cheese scent, spot clean only, wacky bounce, and it has this foam core. It says play it safe. The foam ball is not a separate toy. Discard it if your dog breaks this toy open. And it says Dino DNA not included. Sorry, things get out of hand with that stuff. So we'll take this mesh off and take a look at this toy. So basically it's a ball with one seam on the middle. It's like a rubber, and then in the inside you can see a mosquito. So like the mosquito caught within the amber for the Jurassic theme. This is very similar to a while ago they had a Space Jam toy. We still have that toy. It was basically a basketball with a Space Jam like themed like cloth in the middle. Charlie plays with that thing all the time. I'm sure he'll love running around with this. Essentially it's like this like rubber that you can just use as a bouncy ball, and he'll probably squeeze this and love it. So that's called the It's in My DNA toy. So those are the 3 separate toys for this month. We'll have the 2 treat sticks. Usually these don't change much, but essentially they're both pumpkin and honey recipe sticks. We use these within different toys whenever we leave the house. And then this one is, oh, interesting. Lately, so you get 2 separate treat pouches for, or treats in pouches essentially for each month. Lately we've been getting the same ones from month to month. It's interesting because for the Jurassic themed one, they actually changed and made like the packaging according to the theme. So this says it's the Raptors Scraps jerky with sweet potato and mixed berries. You can't really see it, so we'll open it up just to get an idea of what it looks like. I use a lot of these treats for when I'm cutting his nails or when we're walking about, just as different treat or something like that. So what it looks like, this is the Raptor Scraps. It's basically this like soft kind of like treat that breaks apart easily. So what I typically do is I break it apart like this and break it into small pieces. I'll give him one just because he's sitting there. Good boy. You don't want it? There you go. Good boy. He like sniffed it for a second and was curious about what it was. So that's the Raptor Scraps. Okay. And that's the sweet potato and mixed berries theme. And then this is a separate one that's very similar. It says Raptor Scraps and it says lamb recipe jerky. I suspect it's very similar to the other one. And we'll take a look at this one. Which is, yeah, so it's like a lamb. It breaks apart easily. We really like these treats for using it for different things, so that's a good option for that. So we'll do a quick summary of everything just because we have everything out. So you got the 2 separate Raptor Scraps bags, treat bags. One's lamb recipe, one is sweet potato and mixed berries. You've got the 2 pumpkin honey recipe sticks, and then you have the 3 separate toys that came in the mesh bags. We had the, let me just make sure I don't misname them. This is the Dino Fossil Chew, which is a rubber, doesn't squeak. It has a footprint on the bottom, recommends using peanut butter. It's supposed to be peanut butter scented. Let me see. Slightly smells like peanut butter. I'll give it to Charlie now, underneath because he's been waiting graciously. So he just grabbed that and ran over to his bed. We've got the beta toy, which is this dinosaur head that does squeak. It's a good loud squeaker. I'll give that to him as well. Here, you want the toy? Good boy. Good boy. And then the last one was the, oh, sorry, you hit the camera. The last one, it's in my DNA toy, which is this ball that's got this cloth underneath. Hopefully the seam doesn't break, but he'll play with this as well. And I'll give that to him now as well. Charlie, you want the toy? Okay. So that's everything for this month. If you're interested in signing up for Super Chewer, or if you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. There are affiliate links below in the description. If you click those and sign up, part of that money does come back to me to support my channel, which I always appreciate greatly. And thanks for watching, and have a good summer months with school coming out in the upcoming months. Have a good day.